So we're halfway through this challenge finally. And honestly, the vibes are it. Like I literally have a headache and I don't even care because I'm so happy. I have my little cold brew. I have an awesome work in progress, which I'm killing the progress at. Let's do the 24-hour crochet challenge, shall we? Is it a little crazy and do I probably not have enough time to do it, really? Yeah, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Also, yes. Hi, hello, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Araya and I love to crochet big blanket projects. I like to crochet new things. I've been doing a new series called the Crochet Diaries where I've been trying to crochet out like new projects I've never done before, like this crochet tote bag. I'm also working on a granny square pullover sweater. And so I have a bunch of those squares in here. So this is one of the projects I will be working on. I have to make 64 squares and I think I have 20 some squares. I don't remember the exact count. But yes, this is one project I will be working on for this challenge. I will also be working on this baby blanket I started yesterday. It's going to be a buck, you know, with hoof prints in the corners and the baby's name. I made a lot of progress yesterday. I got a little over 30 rows and I have down on the pattern that there's 134 rows, but that's not including all of the borders, so there'll be more. Initially it was going to be like I can just work on this all weekend. Just working on it yesterday, it's like nice and pretty easy. I get through the rows pretty quickly, but it does get tiring doing that over and over again. So I am going to be working on my other project, like that granny square pullover sweater I'm working on, and I have a blanket I'm also working on. I forgot I put it over here, but I had to go to Hobby Lobby yesterday with my fiance. We had a little date night and we actually went to Hobby Lobby and he actually helped me find the right yarn for this because I started this blanket with big twist yarn, and as we all know, freaking Joann's is closed. I didn't want to buy the freaking like almost $20 ball of yarn from Amazon, so we went and looked at Michael's and they did have some big twists but not black or any of the other colors that I need for this blanket. I honestly think I'm going to be good for this rust color. I do think I'm going to need more of this, but I think I can find some comparable like red heart yarn. I have to make sure to get the red heart soft because red heart is not quite as soft as big twist. And then I should have plenty of the green because it's going to be a shorter chunk of the pattern on there, so I think I should be good on that. Yeah, these are the three big projects I'm going to be working on. I did have a couple things saved into my Pinterest that I could do, like a cute bandana. My hair is getting pretty long. I used to have it really short all the time, so I wouldn't mind a cute bandana to wear to keep it tucked back a little bit. The goal is just to make a dent into my big projects here. Love to get at least one of them done, but 24 hours probably isn't enough because these are some pretty big projects, especially this big blanket, the last one that I showed you with the bears and the design on there. That is all of that. I did also want to mention I went to Starbucks and got a pumpkin cream cold brew, of course. This is my first one of the year and I actually like to modify mine. I add salt into the cold foam, so it's like a salted cold foam but with pumpkin, and then I also added white chocolate to the cold brew because I'm actually not a big coffee fan, especially, you know, cold brew is pretty strong. I like to keep it sweet and I haven't been drinking coffee at all really. I've been drinking sugar-free energy drinks, and so this is gonna be a lot of sugar for me. And I actually got a bagel too, so I'm going to sip on this, eat my bagel, and then I'm gonna start the timer and we're gonna whip through some of these projects. I am going to the racetrack later today for boat races, probably to actually take one of my projects with me to work on and run the timer while I'm doing that, but I probably won't film at all because I do not film in public and it's supposed to be really busy. So I might just get some phone footage of my project in my lap and the races going on because they are totally fun. That is the plan for the day, and then whatever I end out with today, I'm not planning to stay up late. Well, I probably will stay up late, but I'm not gonna go like 24 hours straight. I tried to do that with a 24-hour readathon on my writing channel, but I crashed. You know, I lost a lot of time actually sleeping, so I want to make sure I'm actually doing full 24 hours of literal crocheting and not like other things. We'll stop it tonight whenever I'm done crocheting, and then we will restart again tomorrow with whatever remaining time is. I do have to do some grocery shopping tomorrow, but there isn't really anything else on my plans. We could potentially finish tomorrow, but I doubt it with me having to go to the races today. Might have to move into doing this on Monday and Tuesday possibly if I need to finish up the timer, because 24 hours is a lot. You have to realize that. I remember from last time, and I've done 12-hour challenges and stuff, I know that it takes a good chunk of time, more than you think it does. Enjoy some caffeine and sugar here, put on my crochet binge playlist, and then get started on one of these projects. Probably gonna do the baby blanket to begin with. Once I get tired of that, probably make a couple granny squares and then move over to my big blanket that I'm working on, then go from there. But yes, Cheers. Let's see what the first sip of this tastes like. I love when it's just cold foam. Tastes like sugar in a cup. Good enough for me. Let's get to crocheting for the 24-hour crochet challenge. Yay!
I don't wanna call you later. You're tearing my heart up like it's paper, and somehow you turn to a stranger. We used to work, now I'm trying to make sure that we're both on the same page. I don't want it to complicate. I know you're riding away. Is there room for us both on the same way? Nothing breaks that clearly when there's love on the line. My best friend told me someone that I don't even like. There's nothing left to fix if you don't want me to try. Oh, why would I when you were barely even mine? Oh, why would I?
Alright guys, we are into the second hour of the challenge now. We are a little less than 23 hours in, so we got 22 hours and 57 minutes on the clock. And I just counted and I'm on 47. Yes, so that's where I am. Still on the chest of the buck, literally right here. I can definitely get into the face today if I consistently work on this project. Don't know if I am going to do that or not. I think I'm going to work on it for this next hour, the second hour of the challenge. I'm going to keep working on this, and then depending on how I feel, I think I'm going to move on to granny squares, because I just want to break it up a little bit, especially since this is a single crochet project and my granny squares are double crochet. I have a granny stitch crochet square and just like a double crochet like normal granny square, and then a flower pattern one that has double crochet, the puff stitch, and some more double crochet and granny square-ish to it. So it will be something easy to break this up. I think I could get like 3 squares done in an hour, maybe. That's not including sewing in the ends, and that's another thing I can do within this 24-hour challenge is sew in some of the ends to my granny squares. I think I have like 12 or 13 of them sewed in, but like I said, I have 20 some squares. So I think I'm going to work on this for the next hour, then switch over the granny squares maybe for an hour, and then maybe do my other blanket for a little bit, and then come back to this. I mean, we have lots of time. We have lots and lots of time, obviously, as the clock has shown. So I'm gonna get to it. I don't know if I'm gonna update every hour, just kind of however I feel. I think the first couple hours I'll try to be good about it, especially if I'm changing things up and making good progress. And then maybe skip up to 2-hour updates just to keep this video from getting extremely long. I don't really feel like doing an hour video for a 24-hour crochet-a-thon, but we will see how it turns out, I guess. Let's get to crocheting some more.
Should have known from the start that you were a waste of an open bar time, wiping my feet on the doormat. But there's so much of you that I just can't leave. Yeah, nothing breaks that clearly when there's love on the line. My best friend told me someone that I don't even like. There's nothing left to fix if you don't want me to try.
20 hours and 54 minutes left to go. I wrapped up the 3rd hour of the challenge. I really had to think there for a second. I'm like, am I 3 hours in, 4 hours in? Literally 3 hours in. Okay, so yeah, I'm not very good at math. And scratch most of what I said at the last update. Was getting so close to starting the face that I was like, I'm just gonna keep going until then. And then I was also playing yarn chicken with the ball of yarn, so I was like, I want to finish to that point. And that obviously happened in the last clip. This is where I finished that off. So I've used 1 skein of this blue mint yarn. I am realizing that I bought way too much yarn. I bought 5 balls of that, and I'm almost to the halfway point of this blanket. Of course, I'm going to do an extra round around the whole blanket for a border in the blue before I move over to the gray. I think I'm going to have like 2 extra balls of yarn at least. And then for the gray, I bought 4. I'm like not even halfway into this thing. I definitely will use a full ball and probably part of another one, especially if I'm doing 4 rounds of single crochet as the border. That takes up a lot of yarn. I'm sure I'll get into the second ball of yarn, but I'm gonna have a lot of extra. Maybe I'll make something else with this yarn. I love this mint color, so maybe I'll do something together like this for maybe somebody else's baby or for myself, my fiance, family members, whatever. But I just wanted to give a little update on the hour mark. I really want to keep working on this, but I also need to get some exercise in, and if I am walking on my walking pad, this is almost getting a little too big to do while I'm walking on my walking pad. I just know that when I switch over to the granny squares, I want to be doing that on the walking pad. But at the moment I'm hungry, so I think I'm going to eat some lunch and then continue working on this for the next hour. So I think we're just going to do the first 4 hours of the challenge of this blanket, and then I'm going to switch over to walking on my walking pad in my office, working on some granny squares. I have a YouTube video that I want to watch through one more time before I export it, so I think I can just put that on and work on some granny squares, and then when that's done, just switch over to some videos to watch or maybe an audiobook or something. I just have lots of things I could be doing, and honestly, the vibes are it. Like, I literally have a headache and I don't even care because I'm so happy. I have my little cold brew. I have an awesome work in progress, which I am killing the progress at. If it was a little bit bigger, I know it would take a lot more time, and I do wish I did it maybe at least 20 rows bigger, 20 stitches bigger-ish, but it's okay. It is a baby blanket. I just have to keep reminding myself, and if they don't like it, if this literally is going by this quickly, it's not like I couldn't restart it. I just don't really want to because that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I feel like it is still big enough for a blanket. It's just not huge. As I look at it, it still seems small. It doesn't help that my tension is also very tight with this, so it is very tight. But like I said, I'm gonna be doing borders, and then I'm gonna do, of course, the train comes by right this second. I'm just getting interrupted by everything today. Dogs barking. Oh, now Mina's food's going off. Train. Shall we crochet while we wait for this? Might as well. Alright, now that the train has passed, my dog stopped eating, I figured I'd finish up this update. Still a tad bit worried about the size of the blanket, but I'm just gonna keep working on it and go from there. Like I showed you, the countdown is a little less than 21 hours. Still lots to go, but like I was saying, the vibes are great. I'm having a sweet time crocheting, watching YouTube, literally just switching between some of my favorite author tubers, my favorite booktubers, and my favorite crochet tubers, whatever. I'm not quite sure what it goes by in the crochet community, but I am loving everything that I'm watching. I'm just letting YouTube pick my next ones and then changing it if I need to. I usually have a crochet binge video playlist going. I didn't even have to switch over to it because it's been putting on things that I want to watch anyways. So that's where we are in the challenge, and I will see you for the next hour's update. so we are a little less than 20 hours left to go. So that puts us at starting the 5th hour of this challenge. And I'm finally gonna take a break from this blanket. As you can see, I got a good part of the nose done. I actually just added an additional row to the nose because I felt it looked a little small, especially compared to everything else. It'll give the blanket a little extra length. Not really, it's literally this row single crochet, but I felt like it was a little too small, especially looking at it in the blanket, so I added an extra row there. I really didn't get that much done in this hour because I was eating my lunch and posting a crochet TikTok. So yes, I did not do a full hour of crochet, but we still had lots of crochet in the hour and other crochet related things. I think I'm gonna go change, get on my walking pad, and bust out some granny squares. Hope I can get 3 done. That's my goal, but honestly I'll probably get like 2 and part of another one done. It also kind of depends on which squares I do because I have 3 different ones and each one kind of takes a little bit different of a pace. The solid ones definitely go a lot quicker. I made a granny square at work on my breaks Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, they don't take too long, but I should probably work on some of the other squares. But the solid are definitely going to be easier if I only have one ball of yarn attached to what I'm making while I'm on the walking pad. But anyways, I'm going to stop reasoning with you and procrastinating it on my walking pad. I'm going to change and we're going to do that. So let's get to crocheting for the 5th hour of this challenge as the clock keeps ticking down. Yay! Alright guys, I'm coming to you from my office and we actually, oh, I need my phone. Just trying to do an update without my phone. We're a little less than 18 hours into the challenge, and so that puts us, what, into hour 7? Yeah, we're just starting hour 7. I can't do math, obviously. Anyways, I got 3 of the solid squares done. I almost finished the 3rd one while I was on my walking pad. Not that hour that I had started it in for the challenge-wise for the timer, because I had to set things up and, you know, I was doing my last update and things. So I didn't really start walking until a little bit into the hour, but when the walking pad went off, it shuts off after an hour. It won't run any longer after that because it gets too hot. I had a full side left to go and then this chunk of it, so I had here and then the side to do still. Almost got 3 done in that hour on the walking pad, and then into the next hour, which would have been hour 6, I got this one done and then started the next one. Now cutting into each other's hours, and this has happened to me before when I did the 24-hour readathon or just 12-hour challenges. When you start doing your updates and they take a little longer and you're doing stuff in between, and if you're not stopping the timer, things carry over into your next hour, which cuts into the time. So I need to be paying attention to that, and I need to pause the timer if I need to. I just know 24 hours takes a long time, and it's not like I'm not crocheting. I'm just crocheting and stopping to do little things here and there, like change where the camera is sitting and do this and that. Like I was literally walking on the walking pad and had to go grab my scissors because I forgot to bring them in my office. Yeah, that's where we are at for the end of hour 6 update. We are starting hour 7, and then on the countdown itself, we are a little less than 18 hours hours in. We got 17 hours and 52 minutes left to go. Hopefully my math is right on all of that, and if not, I will pop up the proper times. I just don't really want to sit here and try to figure that out. But yes, we got 4 granny squares done and almost another. I think I'm going to go and work back on the baby blanket for the next hour, and then I have to leave for the racetracks a little bit before 4, so that'll cut into the hour. Actually, it should probably stop right before then because it's only 2:58 and we have 50 minutes left of this next hour. So hopefully I can get in a quick update. Otherwise, I will update you when I get back from the racetrack. I am planning on taking one of these projects with me. Maybe the baby blanket. It's not too big where I can't stick it in my bag and bring it. The other thing I was thinking, if I bring my granny squares, I don't know if I can bring scissors into the venue because they don't like you bringing weapons, and it's not a knife, but it's technically like a knife, so I have to think about that. Anyways, we are going to start the next hour, and I will update you either when I'm done with that hour or when I get back from the races. But yes, on to the next.
I'll be the boy playing the boombox by your window pane.
I'll be the girl wearing your shirt out in the pouring rain.
This ain't a rom-com, this is real life. Let me show you a bit. Don't need to play no games. So why don't you say I quit being overthinking about everything? Give it up, tell you what I wanna say right now. 'Cause I could do the John Hughes kind of.
Alright guys, we are, wait, I gotta pause the timer. A little less than 17 hours left to go. I said I was gonna work on the blanket for this next hour and then realized I still had half a square left. I finished this granny square and then just started the 3rd row of the blanket since I got back. So I'm decreasing on the nose at the moment. That is currently where I am. I'm gonna figure out which projects I wanna take to the racetrack and go from there. Hoping to get maybe an hour or 2 of crochet in while we're there. We are literally getting there at 4 and it goes till probably 9 or 10. Actually, I could probably get quite a few hours in, but I'm going to be talking and pausing and starting the timer as we watch everything, because for the actual boat races I'll probably stop crocheting because it gets really interesting. I will be back for the next update and we will see and then we'll see where we are for the hours update.
Either way, I need to say
Tony goes round at the 79. The badge is killing it tonight, though. Fingers good.
Alright guys, it is the next day. It is Sunday, September 21st, and we are a little less than 14 hours left to go. So 13 hours and 54 minutes of crocheting still to do. I'm definitely gonna have to crochet a couple hours tomorrow and probably Tuesday and possibly Wednesday. I will be leaving and being out of town for the weekend Thursday night, so hopefully everything's done by Thursday. Also, I could finish up in the car on Thursday if I need to. It will just be really hard to film that last chunk of the challenge. I did crochet at the racetrack last night. Maybe I inserted some clips, maybe I didn't. I just took a couple on my phone. Very loud, and I had a couple drinks, and so my head hurt really bad this morning. So I did get a little bit of a later start than I wanted. I didn't start crocheting until about 10:30, and it is now 12 o'clock. I have a pretty good chunk of the blanket done now. There's been a couple things that I've had to adjust, mostly in the antlers and the ears, because I didn't really pay too much attention in the pattern, and there's a couple like like spot that the grid kind of came across a little weird, and then it didn't have a break between the ear and the antler on this side, so I went in and fixed it on here. So I've been kind of adjusting on that side to fix that. But yes, we are more than halfway through into this blanket supposedly, but I'm thinking I'm gonna add in 2 extra rows between the antlers and the name so that there's 4. I'm gonna keep 4 spaces as like a common theme in the blanket. The tracks are going to not start there. I'm gonna push them up so that they start 4 spaces above the baby's name. So I'm gonna add some space in there to give the blanket a little extra length. And like I said, this also doesn't reflect all the border I want to do. Hopefully that'll help fix that, because I am just a tad bit worried that it is kind of small. It might be more of like just like a car seat blanket or just like a chill blanket. Hopefully making it a little bigger, it will lengthen it out a little bit and I won't be so nervous about that. I also was talking to my fiance about the material I want to add to it, and I think I'm going to add some gray material, so like this, because that's going to be what the border is. So to match that, I'm going to get some gray fabric and hand sew it onto the back like I did with my last blanket. Yeah, that's where I am currently with the challenge. We're going to go into the next hour, whatever the math is on that. So let's see. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think I'm going into the 11th hour. I think somewhere in there. I think I just finished the 10th hour and I'm going into the 11th, maybe. If not, I will pop the correct math here. I'm not good with time and math. I am. I'm just not good with mental math. I can do it down on paper if I really tried. I just don't want to at the moment. So don't mind that. Anyways, I'm going to continue to watch some YouTube, work on this blanket. I did attempt to work on my other blanket first because I really want to make some progress on it, and I did get a new ball of yarn to go with it, but I think it's too thin and not quite the same color. I need to figure out what I want to do with that. But I think I'm going to kind of do the same thing again today. Walk on my walking pad, do some more granny squares, and then maybe dig around in my stash, see if I do have some black I can do with the blanket and work on that for a little bit too, because I like doing that one as well. It just takes a little bit extra time because it's double of what this width is, because it's over 200 stitches and this is 107. Anyways, that's where I'm at, and I will see you guys for the next hour's update. Guys, we're gonna do a little update now. I am actually gonna pause the timer. We are a little less than 12 hours left to go. So we got 11 hours and 54 minutes. So we're halfway through this challenge, finally. I wish I was at the halfway point last night, but it's okay. Started a new project because I wanted to take a break from working on the blanket. Didn't really want to make a granny square or try to figure out the yarn situation for my other blanket. So I started a bandana. I am more than halfway done with it. So that'll be super cute. I did mention that in the beginning of this video. I believe that I wanted to try something smaller to do within this challenge to not only feel like more accomplished, but to break things up, especially since my blanket projects are both single crochet. My granny squares are double, but they also get really repetitive too, especially when you've made about 30 of them already. Going to take a break since I paused the timer. I'm gonna eat lunch. It's already 2 o'clock. Oh my gosh, it's 2 o'clock. The day is going by. Anyways, I am going to eat some lunch, probably prep dinner. I'm gonna make homemade pizza for dinner. That'll take a big chunk of time out of my day, so I'll probably end up taking like an hour break before we start the timer again, but I should probably switch some laundry over, eat lunch, and prep some dough for dinner. I make the dough myself. I just use a recipe from online. So yeah, I do a lot of cooking. I don't like to spend the money on eating out very much. I do like to make homemade stuff, plus my mom taught me how to cook from a very young age, and I helped her a lot, especially as the oldest of 5. I had to help out a lot, especially since they had a business where we had people at our house all the time. Anyways, we are halfway through a bandana. I did a couple more rows of the blanket, I believe. Yes, I made some progress. Yes, so I did a couple more rows of this for that 11th hour, and then the 12th hour I was working on that bandana. I feel like I could finish that blanket this week if I tried really hard, but I'm going to be gone over the weekend, and it's not somewhere I should take that blanket. I'll probably take my other one if I can figure out the black yarn situation with it. Kind of really upset that the yarn that I got doesn't really match it, so I'm either gonna deal with it and pretend like the guy won't notice but probably not. Anyways, I am going to take my break, and then I will see you guys for the next, I want to say the next hour's update, but I'm probably going to just keep doing these 2 hourly updates. That way I'm getting a lot of progress done. I'm not splitting up the hours so that I'm taking more chunks of time out of it to do these updates. Just helps me probably with the editing also, because it's going to be a lot of things for this whole video if I'm updating every hour of a 24-hour crochet challenge. So I'm trying to be better about not updating every single hour. That means I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then come back after I have another 2 hours under my belt. So I should be seeing you for the 10th hour update unless something happens, but nothing will. I shouldn't put that out there. No, something will happen. Anyways, I'm going to take my break, and I will see you in a few.
Your feelings hung low, pulling me to you. Your silhouette burns, but the truth ain't true. What you're holding close, girl, let it show. 'Cause your vibe's a fire with a shadowed glow. Cruising down the strip, my feelings in the air. Told me meet you close, but not quite there. Corner of a world, not her front door. Got my mind racing, wondering what's in store. Skin like velvet, eyes that pull me deep. Every word you dodge, secrets that you keep. Smile like a spark, but it's hiding a flame. While you're holding back, won't you say your last name? Oh, you're pulling me, got my heart in anxiety. But every move you make feels like a game you play. Beauty's got a veil, and I'm trying to see through. What's the truth behind the mystery of you? Your words got shadows slipping through my hands. Beautiful enigma spinning where I stand. Hiding who you are, baby, what's the plan? Your glow.
Alright, we are just about under the 10-hour mark, so that means we are 14 hours into this challenge now. I had to pause the timer to take the dog out, and as you've seen in the previous clips, I finished the bandana I was working on. An hour. It took me like 3 hours basically. I didn't think about the fact that I would have to do the border and the ends to where you tie it and then sew in the ends and then steaming it. Plus I ended up undoing like a whole diamond, which is part of the pattern of the handkerchief slash bandana, because it was too big. It was like already touching in the back with just a design without the additional strings, so I had to undo a whole diamond section of rows. So I think it was like 3 or 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows that I undid. So I could have been done faster if I had checked it before I got to that point, but I just did what the lady had done. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I lost some progress out there because I had to undo all that. But yeah, that is done. As you can see, I have my desk all set up. I'm gonna make this granny square. For my granny square pullover that I'm making, I haven't really talked about it too much in this video. I have 3 different designs of this like granny square, and then I have 2 other ones. I have the solid one that I worked on yesterday, as you saw, and then I have a flower design one too. It's all using the same colors. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on making this one and then probably work on another solid one, and then depending on how I feel when I'm done walking, I might just make one of the flowers for the granny sweater shoulder pullover thingy. I don't know really what to refer it to. I've just been giving it all sorts of names. But anyways, I might work on that next or switch back to my baby blanket or my other blanket. But yeah, we're gonna do some granny squares and some walk-in and go from there.
Shadows and I'm caught in the dance. Shadows in your glow. Secrets that you hold. Pulling me too close. Your ghost got shadows and I need to know. Try to catch your age, but you laughed it away. Slid around my questions like a game you play. Dinner by the flame, candlelights a tease. Your vibe's electric, but you're hard to read. Snapped a moment, phone up for the frame. You turned away, said I don't feel beautiful enough. Heart's beating loud, but my head's on guard. Is it me you want or you're playing it hard? Oh, you're pulling me, got my heart in a sway. But every move you make feels like a game you play. Beauty's got a veil and I'm trying to see through. What's the truth behind the mystery of you?
Alright guys, don't mind the horrible lighting. We are now wrapping up, literally 11 seconds left of this hour. As it counts down, we have exactly 8 hours left to go of the challenge. Just dropping stuff. Not this last hour, but the previous hour, I did 3 granny squares. This granny square, another just solid granny square, and then this flower granny square. So I made these 3, and then I just went ahead and added another row to this blanket that I have. I just added this top black row. This is the other blanket I have going on. I honestly love this design. I'm kind of modifying it because I messed it up myself. I don't know if I've talked about it too much in this video, but I've had a lot of issues with this blanket with color, yarn, and everything. But I have some red heart yarn black that I just used for this black row, and I think the shade is slightly different, but I feel like with the breaking and other colors and then the switching to a different pattern right here, it won't be as noticeable. I can't really tell, so I doubt a guy will really be able to tell. It's a gift. It's not somebody that is buying it for me, so I don't feel horrible for a switch in colors. It's still black and it looks better than what I had before, the huge ball of yarn I bought for Michael's yesterday, or the day before, 2 nights ago, Friday night, when I went on my date night with my fiance. It was too thin and looked a little different in color, and this consistency is a little bit better. So that's what we're gonna work on for the rest of the evening, is this blanket. I have another solid line of the green to do, and then I will start the pattern work for the next section of the pattern. I don't know if I'll really do any filming because my fiance is going to be here in like 10 minutes, but I'm going to stop the timer, gonna go make some pizza, and then hang out and watch some either Castle or some movies with my fiance to end out the evening. This is literally how much time I wanted to get done. I gotta pause the timer. It was about 8 hours. I didn't want to have more than 8 hours to try to kill for the rest of the week because that's a lot. Even 8 hours is a lot. I should get at least another hour and a half of crocheting in tonight after dinner, but I know I probably won't crochet within the next hour because pizza will take a little bit. I gotta roll out the dough, put all the toppings, make the sauce. Oh my gosh, I got a lot to do. I need to get up and start that. But yeah, I just really wanted to finish out this row, and then the time went out. That's where we are. I need to go do that, take my break, and then I will come back to this. I will work on it again tomorrow after work. We'll have to walk my walking pad. I've been doing about an hour, but I can do crochet or I can edit a video. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow for an update. I'll try to get some more b-roll within the next couple of hours as I roll through them. Hopefully I can get us down. I'd like to be down to 4 hours by tomorrow, if not less, but we'll see, because I would like to be done Tuesday, but I doubt that's gonna happen. If anything, we can try to get done Wednesday and go from there. However, I need to go make some pizza, so I will see you guys tomorrow.
But your parents came in the cul-de-sac, leaned back in a leather-clad seat, pack of spirits in your Prada bag. Suburban summer 17 was a roller coaster ride, a manic pixie dream girl right beside me, and she said she liked me.
Alright guys, I'm finally giving you an update. I have a little less than 4 hours left on the timer. Got 3 hours and 56 minutes left. Sorry, the fan is running in the background. It's bedtime and it helps keep our house cooler because it is still pretty hot even though it's past mid-September or towards the end of September already. Yes, the fan is going in the background. I apologize. But I just wanted to update you guys because I haven't in the last couple hours. I think it's been almost 4 hours since I updated you guys, something like that. As you can see from the past footage, I worked on the baby blanket this morning in my office for like 20-30 minutes or so. No, it was like 35 minutes or so. I brought it to work with me, but I didn't have any time to actually crochet at work because I walked on my first break and then we had somebody's birthday, so we had lunch together and then I had other stuff going on for my afternoon break. So no crocheting at work today. Came home, made some dinner, and started chugging away at this blanket. I don't think I got the footage on my camera. I did on my phone, but I had to frog 4 rows of this blanket, so I would have been done like probably an hour ago if I had not done that. At least I got the timer down and we're down to 4 hours. I think that's kind of what I wanted to be at least by the end of today. So hopefully I can at least get another 2 hours in tomorrow, then maybe 2 hours on Wednesday, and then wrap this up before I leave for the weekend. But yeah, that is the progress update for this hour for the 24-hour challenge. Of course there's a train almost every update. Also, if you did not notice, I am in fact wearing the bandana that I made in this video. It is almost a little too loose now since I steamed it. Not sure like where my hair is now. It's like kind of staying on, but I feel like it might stretch out more in the future, so I might have to pin it down to keep it on my head. I'm just gonna see if I wear it consistently for a while, and then if not, then I'll probably just give it away or sell it because there's no point in keeping it if I don't wear it. But I wore it today. Kind of matches the fit, kind of not. I do like that it matches my bag. Yeah. Of course, the train. Okay, now that we've been interrupted by the train twice, I feel like I should probably sign off from this update, but I was just saying that I love that I did the headband in the same color as my bag, so now I feel like I have to make an outfit. Like, I gotta style this whole thing to match and go out and do something with it. I really wanted to wear this to work, but I probably shouldn't, so I won't because I'm business casual and this is not really business casual. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I just wanted to update you guys for this hour. Like I said, we're going into the 21st hour, I believe. 21 hours into the challenge, so we have a little less than 4 hours to go, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my next update.
You liked me, oh I bet it was a right thing running up at the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I'll never know. I don't like messing with regrets, but I doubt you'd ever leave my head. What could I have done, could I have said? I'll never know, I'll never know.
Officially done with the 24-hour crochet-a-thon. Yay! Not me just being stupid and not figuring out how to work this simple timer. That is the end of the challenge. Did not update you guys within the last couple hours because I figured I'd just wait to do it all at once. I stayed up watching The Voice and then Dancing with the Stars because both came out today for me to be able to stream. I was really hoping to do one more row of this to, you know, kind of finish off the name of the baby on the blanket, but this is the progress for the baby blanket. I'm not quite sure what row it is. I know we started way down here. We got lots done on this. We'll probably be able to finish that, you know, in a week, if that. And then I made this cute bandana. Then we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We made 8 granny squares. And then I did, I think, 10 rows on here. 12 rows on this blanket. We had lots of progress made over the last 24 hours. I do wish I'd made a little bit more progress on that blanket, but it's okay. I made lots of progress on the baby blanket, and do not mind the fact that I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I just slept in it, basically. So yes, that is the end of the challenge. If you want to see how my other crochet projects turn out, feel free to subscribe and stick around for when those come out. I will be doing project vlogs of each one. I'm assuming the baby blanket's gonna be the next one done, and then hopefully the granny square patchwork sweatshirt pullover thingy that I'm making will be next, and then the other big blanket that I have with the bears on it should be closer to Christmas. I am giving it as a gift. Like I said, that might be like a post-gift thing, but also I've already shown it several times. If he's seen my videos, he's seen what it looks like, and it's something he's asked for, so it's not like a surprise or anything, but I know it'll be closer to Christmas when it's done because that blanket is so big, especially compared to the baby blanket. That is everything for this challenge, and I am gonna go to bed because it is officially 11 o'clock now, and it took, oh, I didn't mention, it is day 4 of this. So we did a big chunk Saturday, Sunday, and then a couple hours last night, and then I did about 4 hours today. I did work on the baby blanket at work today on my lunch and on my second break of the day. But yes, this was the 4th day of working on this challenge, and I am just glad that it only took 4 days and not a whole week or longer. I was a little worried that it would go into my next weekend, and I can't have that because I'm gonna be gone. Thank you for sticking around. If you made it to this point in the video, feel free to let me know what you were working on. If you were working on a craft project, down below in the comments, whether it's crochet, you know, knitting, sewing, whatever, please let me know in the comments. Or if you have a dream project in mind, I'd love to hear about it. But thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.